Did you understand you're charged with the offense of murder? That's a first-degree felony. The range of punishment is anywhere from 5 to 99 years or life in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes.
A father full of wisdom and knowledge to give to his daughter. You took away a living son and a very protective brother, but he didn't stop there.
And just like that, we're dropped straight into a first-degree murder case. No build-up, no soft landing. Here's what's critical. In Texas, a first-degree felony means life-altering stakes. We're talking up to life in prison. So ask yourself, when someone chooses to take a plea later on, what does that say about the evidence stacked against them?
2021 CR 11705, State of Texas versus Luis Angel Alvarado. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Daniel Escobar from the state of Texas.
Defense.
Scott McCrum from Mr. Alvarado.
And are you Mr. Alvarado?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Counsel, have you received all the discovery in this case and did you review it with your client?
Yes, and I have.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Alvarado, I'm going to show you what's entitled True Bill of Indictment. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
Yes.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
Judge, we're going to proceed on paragraph A.
Any objection?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Alvarado, I'm going to show you what's entitled Court Admonishments and Defendant's Waivers and Affidavit of Admonitions. Did you review that document with your attorney?
This is one of the most important and often overlooked moments in any courtroom. The judge is basically saying, even if you made a deal, I don't have to honor it. That's huge. It's a reminder that plea bargains aren't guarantees, they're risks. Would you take that gamble if your future was on the line?
Did you understand it and did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand you're charged with the offense of murder? That's a first-degree felony. The range of punishment is anywhere from 5 to 99 years or life in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court doesn't follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by entering this plea bargain agreement you were giving up those rights?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case?
Do I intend to?
Did you intend to give up those rights I've explained to you and enter into a plea bargain agreement?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
He has.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
He does.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes, I do.
Pause right here. This is the turning point. 15 years. Not life. Not 99 years. 15. For a murder charge, that's a massive reduction. This usually signals a strategic plea deal, likely to avoid the uncertainty of a jury trial. But here's the question. Does this feel like justice or compromise?
Mr. Alvarado, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea? Has anyone promised you anything other than the plea? Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Showing you the plea bargain page. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Just one moment. All right. According to the plea, punishment is to be assessed at 15 years in the prison. There's an affirmative finding of deadly weapon. There are no applications, and the state will take in consideration 2021 CR 11704. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes, ma'am.
Defense?
Yes, Your Honor.
State?
Yes, Judge.
Showing you the waiver of appeal paragraph. Did you review that paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in both places?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, have there been any such motions?
No, Your Honor.
Then to offense as stated in count 1, paragraph A, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest, ma'am.
State, any evidence to support the defendant's no contest plea?
State offer states Exhibit 1 and all attachments.
No objection.
Showing you what's entitled Wavering Consent to Stipulation of Testimony and Stipulations. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call on the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there will be no live testimony? Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence state's exhibits 1 and attachments. State, is the complainant's family aware of this offer?
They were made aware.
And now the emotional weight hits. This isn't legal theory anymore. This is real loss, real people, real consequences. Victim impact statements like this are powerful because they shift the focus from the defendant to the life that was taken. After hearing this, does the sentence still feel the same to you?
All right, so the victim advocate is going to read the statements. All right.
This is coming from Santos Cedillo's sister. When I found out that we were able to write a statement for you to hear, I jumped on it. Why? Because I want you to know who you took away from us. At the end of Santos' life, he was getting closer to God. He knew his Savior, and we knew where he was at this moment. He will be waiting for us at Heaven's Gate. Santos was settling down with his beautiful wife, Maria. He loved Maria. He protected her and encouraged her, and he was her strength. He had just reunited with his daughter that turned 16 that year. He was being that father that he always wanted to be, loving, caring, and a good listener. A father full of wisdom and knowledge to give to his daughter. You took away a loving son and a very protective brother. But he didn't stop there. He was my son's best friend. Santos was someone that helped him get through his lonely times. He was only a phone call away, ready to listen to my son and encourage him to keep going. So yes, you did take a great person from us. Santos will always be remembered as a great person with a big heart. So yes, you may have walked away with just a 15-year sentence, but you will also walk away known as a murderer. That no one on this earth can ever take that away from you. You will be your mother's and your father's son, the murderer. You are a coward, shameful, embarrassment, pathetic society, and you will walk away with guilt that no money on this earth can take away. On this earth, you were let off easily, but remember, when the big judgment comes and you are faced with our Heavenly Father, you will endure the greatest suffering for what you did. So to you, I say this, hold this, you murder. I have this one from next of kin from his wife. When you, and if you get out, I hope you.
This is the case that was previously tried, correct?
Correct, Judge.
All
Yes,
right.
Judge.
So I'm aware of the facts of the case, and I've read state's exhibits 1 and attachments, and the court will find there sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court will find you guilty. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Judge.
All right. Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
No, Your Honor.
Anything from the state?
No, Your Honor, although there are victim impact statements that I was notified the family did want to speak.
Okay. All right. Then the court will follow the agreement. The court will sentence you. Excuse me, just one moment. Please don't move.
You okay, Judge?
Yes. Allergies. All right. The court will sentence you to 15 years in the prison, give you credit for any time served. There's an affirmative finding of deadly weapon. Court will take in consideration 2021 CR 11704. Is there anything else with regards for sentencing from either side?
No, Your Honor.
Very much.
All right, Mr. Alvarado, I'm going to show you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Right to Appeal. Did you review that with your attorney?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand it and did you sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, because this is a plea bargaining agreement, Because I followed your plea bargain agreement and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Okay.
Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
It's fine.
All right, we can go off the record. So, Mr. Alvarado, I do remember your case. I hope that you've learned this is not the way to settle problems. I was able to see the video. And of course, when you're in the midst of things that are happening, maybe your reaction is different from, I say, people who are sitting in the peanut gallery who are able to look at things dispassionately.
Yes, ma'am.
But, leave, call the police. You understand?
It's fine.
All right. And were any of those tattoos very painful for you?
The fingers.
And you just did not stop.
I didn't finish them.
So you're going to put more on there?
I'm done.
Okay. All right. So what's going to happen now is there's going to be victim impact statement to you. In this court, I require that everyone treats everyone with respect. So victim impact will be given to you respectfully, and I expect you to be respectful back.
Yes, ma'am.
Internalize what's being said. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
And Judge, it's going to be our victim advocate who's going to read the statement.
You would not be in this situation if you would have been faithful to your wife. And you have to ask yourself, is this 2 years worth what you did? And because the way the law is written, I would always tell my clients, these are basically statutory. Either you did it or you didn't do it. There is no excuses. The law is the law, and the law says if somebody is under the age of 17, you cannot engage in this conduct. 2 CR 8119, State of Texas versus Jesus Eduardo Martinez Cantu. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Travis Banks in the state of Texas.
Defense?
Robert Maurer for defendant, Your Honor.
And are you Jesus Eduardo Martinez Cantu?
See.
Yes.
All right, we do have an interpreter here. If you could raise your right hand, do you solemnly swear affirm you will faithfully translate from English into Spanish and Spanish into English, so help you God?
I do, Your Honor.
All right, you can lower your hand if you'll state your name for the record.
Arlene Abrams, license number 2081.
All right. Have both parties had a chance to review the PSI report, state?
Yes, Your Honor.
Defense?
Yes.
Any objections to the PSI report, state?
No objections.
Defense?
No, Judge, just argument.
According to the plea bargaining agreement, punishment is to be assessed at a cap of 10 years in the prison, and the state is remaining silent on your application. However, the state does reserve the right to speak to any factual issues. Defense, you may proceed.
Yeah, Judge, if I could correct one thing. I did want to make a clarification. The page 2 shows 3 arrests for the defendant. There's actually only one. The second and third charges, one was created in error and one was rejected as extraneous offense. I think it was more of a clerical issue. But speaking to the instant offense, my client engaged in a consensual sexual relationship with a girl who had told him she was 17. She was not. Obviously, the big issue is his actions have affected him and essentially harmed his family. The court had appointed an immigration lawyer on this case, and whether he gets probation or deferred, or whether he gets TDC, he's going to be deported. The only issue is a question of when. And obviously, my client's aware he broke the law, and he is willing to accept the consequences. His wife is actually present, which surprisingly enough, and she's supportive. She doesn't feel comfortable testifying. She doesn't speak English either. But I did talk with her through the court, through the translator, about what was happening. They have 2 children together who are going to be affected and harmed by his actions, but that's the consequences of his decision, and he understands that. I would ask the court to consider granting him deferred so he can be deported right away and attempt to at least support the family from Mexico. I'm not aware of their immigration status. That's not part of my job. And if the court does not feel it's appropriate to render them deferred, I'd ask the court to sentence them as low as possible based upon the facts, and give him credit for the time served so he can try to get out as soon as possible, and get back to Mexico and try to support his family.
All right. Anything you wish to say, Mr. Cantu?
No.
No.
You sure?
See.
Yes.
Judge, I talked to him. He didn't feel comfortable saying anything.
Okay. All right. I always review everything, and I did review the PSI report. I did review the stipulations that were entered into. And I do note from reading the stipulations that the complainant states that she told you that she was 17. And my understanding is that the complainant was actually 16 and not 17.
Correct, Judge.
And I do note that the state has not had any contact with the complainant for a long time, or with the complainant's mother. Then finally, the state was able to reach the complainant's mother again. But according to the PSI report, there has been no response.
That's my understanding as well, Judge.
All right, Mr. Cantu, the court is going to find you guilty. The court will sentence you to 2 years in the prison, give you credit for any time served. Chapter 62 registration is a lifetime registration. Do you understand?
Okay.
Okay.
No, do you understand?
I'll talk to him about it.
I understand.
I'll explain everything to him, Judge.
Showing you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it, and did you sign it?
See.
Yes.
Right. Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
See.
Yes, I understand.
Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Sí, entiendo.
Yes, I understand.
All right. And as a part of your sentence as well, the court will order that there's to be no re-entry into the United States unless it's done legally. Do you understand?
Sí, entiendo.
Yes, I understand.
All right. Is there anything else?
Nothing further from the state.
Not from defense, Judge.
All right. We can go off the record. Mr. Cantu, you would not be in this situation if you would have been faithful to your wife. And you have to ask yourself, is this 2 years worth what you did? And because the way the law is written, I would always tell my clients, these are basically statutory. Either you did it or you didn't do it. There is no excuses. The law is the law, and the law says if somebody is under the age of 17, you cannot engage in this conduct. Doesn't matter if they told you they were 17 or 18, or they look like they're 17 or 18 or 19. I tell my students that all the time, and that goes for the females as well. Doesn't matter if the boy, the girl tells you they're 17, 18, or 19, or they look 17, 18, 19, or if they're at the club. If they are underage and you engage in contact with them of this nature, it's illegal. You understand?
Sí, lo entiendo.
All right, so look to you.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Thank you. Do you need me to sign anything?
Yes, please, Your